I would say mothers are the glue that hold our families together. The same can be said about the motherboard of a computer, as we see here, in that it is the one essential that aids the computer in its everyday operation, the backbone, if you will. It is my hope by the time we are done, you will have gained a greater understanding about the basic components of a motherboard. Specifically, a motherboard is the primary printed circuit here. And every electronic device we use today has one, including desktop computers, laptops, and cell phones, just to name a few. We'll be speaking today regarding the motherboard for a general purpose computer. When building your motherboard, you want to choose the right one in an effort to ensure your computer is running at optimal efficiency and performance. There are quite a few components that go into building a motherboard. One of the most essential components is the CPU here. In this diagram, it's called a processor socket. The CPU, which some refer to as the brain of the computer, any interactions you have with your computer, any instructions that you send, go straight through here, the CPU. Next, we have RAM, which is memory. It temporarily stores the files from the computer's operating system as well as data application files. The RAM can typically be found near the CPU here on the motherboard. The RAM plugs directly into these slots here in this yellow area. Moving on to the North Bridge and the South Bridge. These are two chips in the core logic chipset. The North Bridge, aka the host bridge, connects directly to the CPU, whereas the South Bridge does not. Both components work together to manage communication between the CPU and the other components on the motherboard. Then there's the BIOS. It's the basic input-output system. This is a firmware embedded deep into the motherboard, software embedded into the motherboard. And it's the first software that runs when the computer is started. Next, the PCI, which is the Peripheral Component Interconnect. It's instrumental in connecting hardware, such as keyboards and pointer devices. PCI cards are installed in the rectangular slots here. And they correspond with the bays on the back of the computer case. The AGP, accelerated graphics port, is what that is. It was used primarily for assistance in the acceleration of 3D computer graphics. Like the PCI, it installs in a slot here between the North Bridge and the PCI. Last but not least, both the IDE and the SATA. The IDE is an integrated drive electronic, and the SATA is a serial advancement technology attachment. They're both host adapters that connect a computer to other network storage devices. They are both cables here, and they connect to the floor, if you will, of the motherboard. Finally, there are several components that make up the structure of a computer, the motherboard being the most important, just as there are several components that make up the structure of a household, with the mother playing an integral role. So in short, mothers are extraordinarily essential to the efficiency of the operation of both a computer and a household. Thank you.